Welcome back to the Screen Team, where we give you movie reviews. Sometimes they might be reviews of new movies in the theaters, maybe new on DVD, or maybe it's something you haven't seen in quite a long time, or maybe you haven't seen it all, like with me with this next film.
Right.
I've got Val on the panel, and Val is going to help me introduce this next movie, which is called The Ugly Truth.
Yeah.
Katherine Heigl, Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler, which is probably what attracted me to it in the first place. And actually, he probably is the reason why I'm like going, hey, Gerard Butler, let's see what that's about.
He's a good-looking man.
He is a very good-looking man, and I wouldn't mind having him in that pool of Jell-O. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. But no, I mean, okay, so basically what's so funny about this is that you've got two people with entirely two different styles that both think are right, and as far as like in production television, getting people's trying to help people, so to speak. And but the funny thing is that she's very uptight.
She is.
She is a very uptight person.
She's a perfectionist, though.
Yes. And being one myself, I can understand a little bit from like where she's coming from. I do have the perfectionist.
But I don't see you with those kind of qualities, though.
No, I know when to stop. I know my limits.
Right.
But she does. Like everything just has to be just so. And where Gerard Butler's role, it's kind of a he said, she said type of movie, because it's like she's trying to catch it from one female point of view. And I say one because it's not all. And he is just basically saying this is from the man's point of view, which is pretty much generally a man's point of view.
Sure.
And not saying all men are like him, but at one point or another, all men have been like him. So just saying, he's not that far off. And so what's funny is there's that ends up being this guy that she's attracted to, but she has no idea how to even get him to even notice her. Yeah. So that's where Gerard Butler steps in.
He does like the Cyrano de Bergerac kind of
and
thing.
And does the whole makeover. Okay, this is what guys look for, which I have to say makes you guys sound very superficial, but hey, just saying. No, actually, it's one of those, okay, you have to have the long hair, the extensions, the sexy dresses, because that's what's going to grab a guy's attention, and then act like you're an idiot kind of thing. But what's funny is that his advice to her does actually work to get the guy to notice. But once he actually gets to know her a little bit, so they kind of hook up. But all in all, at the same time, as they're arguing back and forth about whose version is better, they actually start being attracted to each other. Yeah. And so, so by the end, it's still one of those, I'm still going to do what I got to do. But as far as the arguing, they're always going to argue. It even ends the show arguing. So, I mean, obviously they were made for each other. But it's a cute movie. It
is a cute movie, and it was a little unpredictable to me as far as the fact that when I first saw it, I saw the cover. I was like, oh, this is just going to be the same cheesy old romantic com we've seen before, and I was surprised by how raunchy the movie is.
I can think of a particular scene, but yeah.
The movie is pretty raunchy, and obviously it's with Gerard Butler's character. He is the host of a kind of like a man show, but not really like an underground man show. He's not on network TV when we first meet him. Right.
No, he comes into network TV, and that's where he meets her.
Right.
But it's because his show is so The Ugly Truth, which is what it's called, is what attracts people to it, because he doesn't pull any punches, man. He calls it like it is. Right. And he actually ends up, but what he's saying, and when you watch him give advice to people, it's one of those, you can see the wheels start turning going, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should try this. Yeah. But it actually works. So I like it. I mean, I thought it was funny, but and the scene I was referring to,
the Jell-O scene?
Actually, I was going to say, you were talking about it being raunchy. That's not even the scene.
Right.
It is, but it is not. There's another scene. I don't even know if we should get into that one, but it's pretty funny. It's got so funny. Who in their right mind would do? Okay, just got to say, it involves a certain piece of lingerie that I would not imagine any woman would ever put on, knowing that they were going to go meet any coworker on the off chance that someone might show up early and them not be able to change. That's all I have to say.
Right.
But it's a very funny scene.
So let's play The Ugly Truth right now.
Okay.
Is this a movie that we stereotype? Do we say, hey, Val, this movie is just for girls? Or do we say, hey, you know what, guys might like it too? Is there a ugly truth to this movie as far as who can watch it?
I think guys will totally laugh at it. I think they'll find it just as funny. I think it'll actually be one of those that they wouldn't mind sitting and watching with their significant other, just because some of the stuff he says is so funny.
Sure.
And
Sure.
just I think guys would enjoy it too. I don't think it's just strictly a chick flick.
Okay.
Like Far and Away. Sorry. I had to
Sorry,
throw that one out there.
I'm trying to forget Far and Away.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to help. But no, I think this is just one of the. But you know, it's not. It's a grown up movie. It's not
Sure.
bad per se, but it does have its moments that you really don't want to have to explain to your 4-year-old what's going on there. So, right?
Right.
Okay.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Did I not tell you that before I do?
No, I made sure.
I'm
sure.
pretty sure. What's so funny about the movies we review? I'm pretty sure I'm like, yeah, you don't want to watch this in front of your kid. And you're like, note to self: any movie Val gives me, do not watch in front of my kid. Yeah, I'm trying to help.
Oh, I appreciate that, because
No
sometimes
problem.
I make the mistake of putting it up in front of him, and then I get yelled at by mom, and it's not good for anybody.
Right.
It really isn't.
Good movie though.
Okay, so before we go, I'm curious. Gerard Butler, we both like him. What do you think about Katherine Heigl? Are you a fan of hers?
I am. I do like most of her movies. I was a little disappointed, probably, with the Stephanie Plum. And I'm trying to think of the name, because I only read 13 of the God knows how many books. But she played the lead role, which was Stephanie Plum, and it came out. Trying to think of when it came out. They only done one movie though.
Okay. It was a movie?
It was a movie.
Okay.
They made a movie out of the first book, and I just thought that
She kind of missed her mark?
I don't think she was the right person. She's not who I would have pictured for it.
Okay.
And so when I actually seen, of course, neither was the guy they chose for Ranger, not based on how he's described in the book. So it's just one of those. All her other movies, yeah, I pretty much like her in them. That one was, I would say, the only one that disappointed me. But usually when you read the books, you tend to be disappointed by the movies. They don't usually, they're not usually up to par.
You've got me interested now. I want to know what that
Stephanie Plum?
is. Yeah.
I wish I could remember the name, of course, now that I need to.
It'll
be a number one. It'll have a number one in it.
It'll have a number one. All right,
Yes.
there's only 44 entries to look through here.
Just saying.
Was it the Nut Job 2?
No.
Oh, wasn't that one? Okay.
No, because each one of the books has the number in
One
it.
for the money?
Yeah.
One for the money.
Yeah, I think that's it. One for the money, Stephanie Plum. Yeah.
There you go.
That's the one.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
What did you think?
I think we reviewed it a long time ago for the Screen Team. I don't remember what I thought.
See, now I'll have to go back and. Well, I mean, if you didn't, but you didn't read the books,
right?
So I mean, literally, the books basically had.
She's like from New Jersey or something. She's like
She turns out she tries to be a private eye.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, and it's a I don't know. She's just not who I pictured. So.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, The Ugly Truth though, great job.
True dat. Katherine Heigl, Gerard Butler. Check it out on DVD. That's Val. I'm Chris. Got some more reviews coming your way next. We're going to go sci-fi for you, and we're going to review Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Khan! It's coming your way next, right here on the Screen Team.